Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we're talking 90 Day Love in Paradise Season 3 Episode 11. I Saw the Sign. It's the second to last episode. Next week is the season finale. So we're just gonna get right on to the couples. Ain't gonna be long. First couple we haven't talked much about for a while. I'm gonna start with Carlos and Valentine. So as we know, Carlos and Valentine, they broke up a few weeks ago. Valentine did not like the fact that Carlos' friend Michelle was coming to the wedding, and he was questioning their friendship a little bit. And Valentine feels that Carlos chose that friendship over his relationship and everything. So in this episode, Carlos it's the day of the supposedly wedding, and Valentine has to go back to America. Carlos meets up with his family. Valentine and Carlos do meet up one last time because Valentine had to get a few things, and they said their goodbyes. They wished each other the best of luck in their future. Carlos said, "Valentine, you are a good man. I wish you nothing but the best," and vice versa. But that was all they're gonna get. you know, Valentine said that Carlos did not choose me. He did not fight for him and stuff. Carlos had to meet up with his entire family, and he was all depressed about it, crying. I feel like neither one of them really fought for it. I think both of them had like a little ego that they were that they were hoping that either or would run to them to like men and beg and how the relationship work. Throughout the whole season, I'm thinking they're gonna get married. They're gonna get married. For once, I was wrong. I was wrong. They didn't. They're not getting married. And Carlos said that he thinks Valentine that because his sexuality and stuff, he came out. It was Valentine that helped Carlos to come out as gay or bisexual or whatever. So he thanked them for that. But it's sad because I was hoping they would have got married, but they didn't. So it is what it is. So Carlos and Valentine, they said their goodbyes, and that's the end of that. Next couple I'm going to talk is Scott and Lydia. Well, Scott and Liz. We didn't see Lydia, but we seen Scott. So as we know, Scott broke up with Lydia a couple weeks ago, and now his ex Liz, the 29-year-old, is back in the picture. She decides to come to Colombia. And he all excited. All of a sudden, he's back in love with her and everything, planning a nice little trip to a resort and stuff and everything. In the car ride on our way to the resort, Scott kept on asking her questions like, "Do you still love me? Do you still love me? Will you come to America with me?" And she was just like, "Let's just take this slow. Take this slow." She had Liz mentioned last week that like in the relationship, he just wanted too much and she wasn't ready for it basically. And I think he's getting the same patterns again. So they check into a hotel, all was good. Then literally 2 hours later, Liz storms off and like packs up all her things and leaves. Don't know what happened, don't know argument or nothing. Like Scott was just like, don't know what happened. Like she was fine, and then all of a sudden she just got uptight and just left. And Liz was just like, I told Scott, I need space, I need space. And Scott was like, okay, I understand. And she was like, no, you don't understand. I need space, I need space. And Scott was begging her to talk to me, like, no, I need space, I need space. And then Liz said in the confession that, Scott's been really creepy. He's just been saying, I love you and all that. I don't like that term creepy, like when it comes to that sense. I think if Scott really liked Liz, I feel like he likes Liz better than Lydia. But I don't think creepy is the best term. Maybe he's being a little bit overbearing. But creepy, I don't think that's the best term. And for you to just agree to come just for like a day or two, just to pack up and go, just because he said he loves you and he wants to start a family with you, that shows that his that shows that how much she needs to grow a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying I'm not defending Scott's actions at all during this whole trip to the DR, like how he treated Lydia, and now like flip flopping back to Liz. Now in the previews, he looks like he's gonna flip flop back to Lydia. I'm not agreeing with his behavior, but that scenario, that scene, I I did not like that because I've dealt with that before. Like love is not a bad thing, people. Love is not a bad thing. Yes, you should be careful with it, but love is not supposed to be hurtful. It's not supposed to be bad. So I think that was really petty that she did that. I mean, again, I understand Scott's a little weird and stuff, but I think he really did love Liz. So we just leave it at that. Next couple I want to talk is Matthew and Anna. So they said their goodbyes, unfortunately. They were my favorite couple this season. Last week, Matthew, the last couple of weeks, Matthew told Anna the truth about the visa, that it could take some time. Although she wasn't thrilled about it, she did say she'll wait for him. So he planned a little this episode, he planned a little nighttime romantic evening. He popped some bottles of champagne. Anna comes out in this nice little black mistress outfit, and she gives him a massage and stuff and everything, and they had think they got their little groove on and stuff. Then they had to go to the airport the next day and say their goodbyes, and it was a really emotional goodbye. They both were crying. Like Matthew said, he ain't gonna be able to see Anna for 5 more months. Like it's sad. I actually felt for them. I felt for them, and I from what I see on Instagram, I think they're still together and doing well and everything. But yeah, Matthew and Anna, I liked them this season. Like I said, Anna was a little too much of a party type, but her and Matt did have a good relationship. So I'd like to see them again. So that was Matthew and Anna. Now the last couple. I have strong opinions on this one. Jordan and Everton. So last week we seen Jordan and Everton, go get the water at the house and everything, and for his mom and stuff. I had to walk like a couple miles to get some water every day and stuff. This episode, they leave the mom's house. Jordan goes and thanks the mom and everything, says her goodbye to the mom and everything. They're going back to another town in Jamaica before Jordan goes back to America. Well, in this episode, after they left the mom's house, they went to to a mutual friend's restaurant named Sheldon. And they get to this restaurant, and Sheldon meets up with Jordan and Everton. Everton had a phone call that he had to take, so he stepped out. So Jordan and Sheldon had a conversation, and Jordan brought up the fact that Everton wasn't faithful. She got that voicemail when she first arrived in Jamaica, and she asked him has he sent her money or anything? Now I'm just curious. And Sheldon spilled the beans. He's like, yeah, I think he sent her some and everything. But Sheldon was like, that was the past. It's over now. Focus on the future. And, Jordan was like, yeah, but that just really defeats the purpose on why I'm here and stuff. Like finding out all of these things as I'm getting here. It's just why am I here and stuff. So they're talking crap about him, and he rises. Everton arrives back to the table, and nothing ever happened. And then they just they were talking mad crap about him, and then he comes back. Oh, you scared me. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so the next day, Jordan and Everton are packing up from their hotel. She's packing up. She warned Everton, this is your warning. I'm in a mood, just processing this whole trip. My mind, I've not slept at all last night. My mind is just racing. You've been warned. I have at it. I'm in a mood. So he was like, okay. So they get in the car, and then Jordan explodes. she asked him, did you send that little TRAMP money? And first he denied it. He's like, there's no girl I sent money to. Then she's like, that's not true. Did you send money, yes or no? And he was like, small amount. And then she started screaming. She's like, Everton, I cannot stand you anymore. I'd rather be by myself and everything. So basically, but here's the backstory of that. Jordan had sent Everton money during the pandemic, and she sent him the money, the very little money that she had left. She said she wasn't be able to pay her electric bill or get food, and the little money that she had left, she was sending to Everton, and then finding out Everton's sending it to this girl. I'd be mad too. So I'm team Jordan on this. I'm team Jordan on this. Everton said that, the girl in the voicemail, she asked him for a couple dollars here and there, and he sent it to her. That's fine, but don't do it with your own money. Don't do it with your girlfriend's money, like to your side piece. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, I don't know what he was thinking about that. The moral of the story is dude, that was dumb. That was dumb. You don't do that. You don't do that. So I see why obviously I see why Jordan's upset and everything, like if you're going to sing, but what I would say to Jordan is that if you're going to send your man money, make sure you pay your bills first and have your food first before you send then the money that's left. Make sure you get your bills and food first. Just saying. And then if you have a little bit left, then you can send it to him. Just saying for future reference, but still no excuse for that. Jordan exploded in the car. Like, she was screaming at him. Kind of had some flashbacks and some personal experiences like that, but I kind of felt bad for it when she was screaming at him. Did tiny bit, just a tad bit, like 0.1% feel bad for Everton, but he deserved it. He deserved it point blank, because you don't do that, dude. Like, she already forgave you once about cheating, and then to find out that he is sending his side piece her money that she sent him, I'd be mad too. Like, dude, grow up. Like, grow up. You're in your 40s, taking care of your mom. Your mom is a sweet woman and everything. She raised you right. She said, go and be strong, be a good person, as they were walking out and stuff. Be a good couple and everything. Listen to your mother, dude. You don't do that. You're in your late 40s. Grow up. And that's all I'll say about that. So, I don't know what the state of Jordan and Everton is, Mr. Power of Attorney. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that was it for Love in Paradise. Next week's the season finale, and then in 2 weeks we'll get ready for season 5 of The Other Way. So be sure to watch that. Married at First Sight, I will do, because the part 2 of the reunion, I'll recap both parts on Thursday or Friday. Married at First Sight finally. Apologize with Married at First Sight. I've seen other people with the reviews of it. It's just been a long, extended season. I'll rant about it a little bit more when I do that video. But Married at First Sight, the Nashville season, it's just so I'm just over it. So stay tuned for that recap. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great and blessed rest of your week.